And I would sit there and I just get more and more and more irritated. And because there just wasn't that magical button that I could just boom, hit that, and then I would just be gone. Hey everybody, this is Drew with Sobriety Daily, and today we're talking about that there is no escape button once you get sober. Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. Hey, if you're getting some value out of these videos, I would appreciate it that if you're getting that value, please hit the subscribe button. I hope that I've earned it by now. And if you like this video, make sure that you like it. It actually does matter. It actually does help the channel. It really does matter. So please hit the like button, subscribe button, comment, interact. Let me know if there's a video that you would actually want to hear about. Otherwise, I'm just kind of doing whatever it is that I feel guided by higher power or whatever just happens to be floating my boat that day. Okay, so today we're talking about there is no escape button. My biggest problem in early sobriety was the fact that I had no idea what to do when I was feeling upset or frustrated. I just didn't know what to do. It was like, okay, I'm upset. Now what? Am I just going to be upset forever? I thought every single emotion I had was just literally going to be with me for all times. And I would sit there and I just get more and more and more irritated. And because there just wasn't that magical button that I could just boom, hit that, and then I would just be gone. So, and my biggest resentment in early sobriety was that other people had an escape button, but they didn't use it. Like my wife, she's a bartender, doesn't really ever drink, was a bartender, and here I am, like she can drink whenever she wants, and she gets upset. Well, why don't you just hit the escape button? And that is, as my buddy Neil says, that is some alcoholic gold right there, folks. To get mad at other people for not drinking when they can, that's you've got a problem right there. And my biggest problem, of course, was when I realized, I think it was like a weekend, that there just wasn't a button anymore. So what I had to learn how to do, and I'm really still learning, is essentially the idea that you have this kind of stimulus happen, and you have this kind of bit that goes on. And then you have to learn, because what happened before is the stimulus would happen, and then I would think I should have a drink, and then I would just think until I could have a drink, then I would have a drink or something like that. Or the stimulus would happen, and then I would get angry or something like that. Stimulus happens and you run away. So what you have to learn how to do in early sobriety especially is that the trigger event happens, and right when you are looking for that escape button to just mash somewhere, just I want out of here, you have to learn how to know the difference between a reaction and a response. Okay, so the difference between a response and a reaction is that a reaction happens kind of instantaneously, and the other part about it is that it's automatic, okay? And that means that you didn't choose the reaction. It's just kind of this thing that is just a automated response to a certain situation. I would say that a lot of my personal life and a lot of the days that I see from a lot of other people are kind of this series of automated reactions instead of thoughtful responses. And so one of the things to realize is that the more you respond to the world around you, I don't want to say the more like awakened or enlightened or whatever kind of woo-woo word we want to use there. It's true though that if I'm able to emotionally take some space between the thing that occurred and my reaction to the thing that occurred, I'm able to actually begin to create the life that I actually want to live. So one of the things that I've kind of been thinking about, and let me know in the comments below if you think this is wrong or if you have a different thought about it. But the idea is that if I have an action and I take that action, but it's like instantaneously, it's like a total reaction. Even if it's correct, it's wrong. So I know it sounds crazy, but in this idea is that the reason why a reaction, even if it's correct, it could be wrong is because when you react too quickly to things, you train yourself that it's okay to react all of the time. And for me, a lot of times when I'm like talking with my friends or my therapist a while back, he was like, you always think that you know what you're gonna say whenever somebody's talking. Like you think you know how you're gonna respond. But just so you know, you're wrong at least 20% of the time. That means that 80% of the time, my automatic reaction is correct. But the problem with that is that 20% that's wrong, and I honestly think it's probably more than that, but that 20% that's wrong it's training me every time I react and I think I'm correct, it's training me to keep on reacting. And better for me to have responses to situations. Now, here's the real reason we learn to respond, okay, rather than to react. Because when you respond and you stop to think about your behavior, you begin to avoid situations that cause regret. And learn to avoid situations that cause resentment. So here's the deal. When we want to hit the escape button, all that really is saying, hey, you want to hit the automatic reaction button. And so the more space between you can get stimulus and your desire to hit a reaction button, that means that your sobriety, your patience, it's really coming along. And so just take a notice today, just kind of as you're kind of bebopping around throughout your day or tomorrow or whatever, and just notice how often you feel tempted to just, boom, react. And right there, you're going to start noticing that even if you're reacting and not responding, you might be in a little bit of a tricky situation. So just go ahead and just notice it. I'm not saying that you have to, really deeply think and, respond to every situation. But what I am saying is look at how often you're not thinking about what you're doing. Look at how often you're just, boom, reacting. All right. Okay. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up below. I don't know, shoot a comment, maybe like an encouraging message or something that you're having a hard time with right now, and kind of develop a little bit of a sober community that can, help you out. Anyways, we'll talk to you again super soon. I hope that you're enjoying Sobriety Daily. I hope that it's a good kick for you and it's helping you out. So if it is, let me know. And with that, hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Okay, you take care. Bye now.